Welcome to class, dear creatives. In this class, I'll be showing you how to make these 3D appliques. Can you see? So I've made some already. So I'll proceed to showing you how this was already made. Okay. So as you can see, I have in front of me the materials you'll be needing. You'll be needing an organza fabric, okay, of same color with the applique you are using. You can actually create this with a cup chain, but I decided to use the applique from my lace because it is really beautiful and nice, and it will give me what I want. So I cut out this applique. If you want to know how to detach an applique from a lace using the soldering iron, I'll be dropping the link to that video also. Okay, however, in this class, that's not what we are learning. I've removed the applique already. If you don't know how to remove this, you can watch that video and learn. Okay, so I've removed this applique, and here is my organza fabric. You need about half yard of organza fabric or 1 yard, depending on how many of the 3D flowers you are creating. Okay, so this is the organza fabric, and you need your hemming gum. You also need your copper wire, your B6000 or 7000 gum. Okay, any gum that has this sharp edge will do this job. Okay, UHU gum will also do the job. Then your scissors, and basically that's all you'll be needing for this class. Now let's proceed by laminating the organza fabric. Welcome to class, dear creative. So in this video, I want to quickly show you how I made these beautiful 3D designs, right? So this is my organza fabric. You just get your organza fabric and you need to cut it into two like this. I've cut out 2 of these. Depending on the size you want, you can make it bigger than this or wider than this. Okay, so I've cut this out in 2s, and I'm placing it on this fabric because I will just want to iron on it to show you the video. Okay, so after that, here is my hemming gum. I'm simply placing my hemming gum on the first organza, just on one now. The organza is on top of the fabric, the ironing fabric now. Okay, so I'm arranging the hemming gum on it. While you are doing yours, please get the wider hemming gum so that this process will be fast for you. For me, this is the hemming gum that I had available. As you can see, I've placed it to the end. Okay, so I'm bringing the other organza. Can you see? I'll just place it on top and iron on it. As you can see, I've also placed it. Okay, I've placed it nicely, and I'm trying to arrange the hemming gum so that they will all stay in place. Okay, so I'm here with my iron. I'm testing the heat. Okay, you need the high heat to melt it, so I'm getting another thicker form of organza fabric. Okay, I'm placing on top so that the heat will not go directly on the organza I'm working with. Okay, so I'm simply ironing now on high heat. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay, I'm just ironing gently, pressing down. I'm not just going back and forth yet. I'm pressing down to ensure that the hemming gum is actually doing its job. Okay, gumming the 2 similar organzas together. Okay, that's what I want to ensure. So having ensured that I've ironed nicely, I'm pulling this out. We are not going to be using this, so I'm pulling it out. Now let's check what we've gotten. So they have been beautifully stuck together. Let's also stick this side before we continue. Okay, if you notice, this part was open, so I'm also simply ironing on it, ensuring that the entire organzas, both organzas are stick together on every part. So let's now pull out our laminated organza. Can you see it has been beautifully laminated together? At this point, you can now bead on it. You can do whatever you want to do with it because it is very, very strong and firm together now. Okay, at this point, you can actually carve out or maybe sketch out the shape you want, the shape of 3D flower you want. But for me, I have my 3D flower here already carved out from the lace. Welcome back to class, dear creatives. Here, the laminated organza fabric has been cut out according to this pattern. Okay, it has been cut out according to this pattern, and we cut out 2 of it. Can you see? 2 of it. So let's just start work. First, we'll be keeping this aside, and then we'll be working with this and the copper wire. So the first thing we want to do here, in this particular class, we do not need the hemming gum anymore, so simply keep it aside. The copper wire and the gum, that's what we need. The B7000 gum, which I have here, that's what we need. So what I'm doing here, I'll measure the length of the copper wire I want to use, okay, which mostly goes down the length of the applique. So I've cut out the wire. Next thing, I'll try to straighten the wire first, then I'll open my gum. You do not want to stain yourself with this gum, so you have to be careful with this process, okay? So at this point, I will just place it. Just place it here at the middle, okay? Target the middle. So after placing it, I'll go ahead and add more of the gum. Now at the sides, I'll also be adding gum. Can you see what I'm doing? Just gently, carefully, gradually. Okay, we're done. Now the next thing we want to do, I want to simply place this on this, like this. Now we have trapped our copper wire. It's like at the middle of any leaf, you see something like this, like a bone, okay? So that's what we are creating. That's what gives the leaves firmness, okay? So this our 3D applique tool needs firmness just like a natural leaf. So that's the essence of the copper wire in between, okay? So having secured it there, you can go ahead, okay, like I mentioned earlier, if you don't want to use something like this, you can at this point go ahead and place a copper wire all around. Place a cup chain all around, okay, or you embroider the sides. You can do anything to this to be very creative. You bead on the midpoints, whereby covering the copper wire, you can just do anything with this to create your 3D applique. Just take a look at this. Can you see? You can bend it anyway, anyhow. Okay, can you see? You have created a beautiful 3D applique. But to finish this up, I'll be using this, okay, my lacy applique to cover it. Now I do not want the gum coming out. I just want it neat as it is already. So for this gum, I'll be placing it only on these lines, right? On these lines, okay, we should cover up the gum, which has shimmers and stones here to cover up the gum, okay? So here I'm simply placing the gum. Okay, we are here now. As I've already said, we need to close this gum so we can still use it subsequently. So I'll close it tightly. and then I will come forward and then just place this. Have you seen? We are all good to go. We're just good. Just to ensure that the gum stays in place. Okay. So having ensured that, we'll also come in and trim off any excess because we just want only the stones and the shimmers by the side. Okay. So anything coming out as excess must be cut off at this stage, so that your final job will come out very neat. Your final 3D applique will come out perfect and neat. Okay, so that's what I'm simply ensuring. Cutting off excess. Have you seen? We're done. Like, we're done. This is the applique, so beautiful. And now I will decide to do it any way I want. Anyway, can you see? So I'll just be placing this on my dress. Subscribe to our channel yet? Please subscribe, and if you are an old subscriber, thank you for always being with us. And now this is all I've been able to create. Can you see? I've gone ahead to create much more. Mind you, I can place it the way I feel I should. Now this is an extract from our premium luxury dressmaking class where we made this beautiful dress. So if you want to join the class, it's an online class. Kindly send us a message on WhatsApp to learn how I made this dress from scratch.